Namaskar. Welcome to National Headlines. Let's, as always, start with the Times of India. The headlines today in Times of India is 100 million plus in India now diabetic, up 44% in 4 years, says ICMR studies. According to ICMR, India has more than 101 million people living with diabetes compared to 70 million in 2019. According to an ICMR study published in UK medical journal Lancet. While the number were stabilizing in some developed states, they are increasing at an alarm rate in some others, warranting urgent state-specific intervention, the study notes. Now, let me take you through the 10 worst affected states. They are Goa. Diabetes, 26.4% people of the population has got diabetes, 20.3% has pre-diabetes. Puducherry, 26.3% has diabetes, 25.8% has pre-diabetes. Kerala, 25.5% diabetes, 18.3% pre-diabetes. Chandigarh, 20.4% diabetes, my apologies, 15.6% pre-diabetes. Delhi, 17.8% diabetes, 18% pre-diabetes. Tamil Nadu, 14.4% diabetes, 10.2% pre-diabetes. West Bengal, 13.7% diabetes, 23.5% pre-diabetes. Sikkim, 12.8% diabetes, 31.3% pre-diabetes. Punjab, 12.7% diabetes, 8.7% pre-diabetes. And Haryana, 12.4% diabetes and 18.2% pre-diabetes. This looks very bad. Important news, very important news. So that's my headline number one. Headline number two, 350 booked for Kolhapur stir. Cops arrested 36, detained 3 minors. I spoke to you about Kolhapur stirs, which happened day before yesterday due to a social media post, and the police has booked 350 people, arrested 36 and detained minors. Now that is as far as Times of India goes. Let's go into Indian Express. Indian Express, the first news I want to talk to you about is, I saw next to her. She freed herself. Something wrong happened. Jasbir Singh on incident when the Wrestling Federation India chief touched wrestlers' buttocks. In the FIR filed by 6 adult wrestlers detailing several incidents of alleged sexual harassment by Wrestling Federation India President Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, one complainant said that in March last year, as the team posed for a photograph at the end of the trials in Lucknow for the Asian Championship, he placed his hand on my buttock, following which she tried to move away. Jasbir Singh, an international wrestling referee since 2007, who was standing a few feet away from Brij Bhushan and the complainant, had corroborated to wrestlers' allegation. This is what's the update on the sexual harassment case against the former WFI chief. I'm going to do a special report on this. Watch out, in a couple of hours I'll be with you with a special report. In fact, we are trying to talk to the father of the minor and exactly find out what exactly is the status of that complaint. We are trying our best. I'll be with you in a couple of hours on that one. Second important headline is irrigation schemes unravel in Jharkhand. Aadhaar misused, funds claimed, farmers clueless. Of 94 beneficiaries tracked by Express, just 17 were using pre-drop more crop. Ministers will act. This is what the Express investigation exclusive is. And Aadhaar cards being misused to create beneficiaries. New equipments gathering dust. Farmers not even aware that money has been collected by private companies in their name. Case after case of fraud. This marks the implementation of the JMM Congress RJD government of per drop more crop, a key element of ambitious central micro irrigation scheme under the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. An investigation by the Indian Express has revealed. So this is an Indian Express exclusive, and they reveal that money has been collected, but farmers have been given no benefit of it, no equipments, nothing. Farmers are not even aware that money has been collected by private parties on their behalf. This is a serious investigation, a brilliant investigation by Indian Express. We will be following this very closely, and I will keep you updated as things develop. Day after violence over social media post, Kolhapur police under fire for delaying action. Until the night of June 6th, police of Kolhapur were awaiting orders for Nakabandi checkpost in the city, anticipating heavy mobilization by right-wing Hindu organization that had called for the Bandh the next day, demanding action over some objectionable social media. So at one place, we talk about 600 people being booked and 350 people, if I'm not mistaken, being arrested. Here we talk about, Indian Express talks about Kolhapur police under fire for delaying action. So these are the two headlines from Indian Express. Let's move on to Hindu. Today, Hindu speaks about monsoon hits Kerala after delay of 7 days, which technically means that we can expect monsoon soon in the rest of the country. The southwest monsoon arrived in Kerala on Thursday, 4 days later than the original forecast date of June 4th, and a week before its normal onset date, that is June 1st. Southwest monsoon has advanced to the entire Lakshadweep area, most parts of Kerala, most parts of South Tamil Nadu, and some parts of Southwest, Central, and Northwest Bay of Bengal, the India Meteorological Department said. So, monsoon has hit our country. Very soon we can enjoy rains. That's what the Hindu says. Now let's go to Telegraph. And Telegraph, two major stories. One is China issue not about territory. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar on Thursday ruled out any rethink on the government's decision not to normalize relations with China without restoration, peace and tranquility in the border. Asked if China has occupied Indian territory, the minister avoided a yes or a no answer. Instead, he said that the situation was complicated because both countries had done forward development which needed to be resolved. Issue is not about territory, issue is of forward development. Both armies are standing very close to each other, and this could lead to violence the way it did in Galwan, is what he said. So he didn't say whether China has occupied our territory or not. What he's saying is it's not about the land, it is about the fact that both the military are very close to each other. This could lead to a situation like Galwan. That's what Mr. Jaishankar says. Let's move forward. The second story from Kolkata is, for 5 days, a father searched but in vain. That's the headline. A father searched in vain for his missing son for 5 days in Odisha before leaving his DNA sample in Balasore and returning back to his hometown, that is Kagdweep South, on Thursday afternoon. Abchuddin Sheikh, 20, a resident of Madhusudanpur at Kagdeep block, was part of the group of 11 men from the village on the Coromandel Express that was involved in the June 2 crash. The body has yet not been found. This is what Telegraph says. Finally, let's talk about Economic Times. Let's talk about money. And Economic Times says Reserve Bank hold rates for the second time in a row. The Reserve Bank of India, RBI, Thursday kept interest rates unchanged for the second monetary review meeting and amid awaiting price pressure, and painted a favorable picture of midterm economic growth that is likely to be the best among the world's major economy. Now, what did the government say? The government says here that the future rate action will depend on evolving situation. MPS remains 4% inflation in the interest of sustainable growth. Prospect of growth is steadily improving, becoming broad-based as reflected in macro and financial stability. Health, twin balance sheet of banks and corporates augur well for economic growth. External sectors is eminently manageable as reflected in CAD, stable rupee and reserve build-up. This is the major news, that major headlines for today. Reserve Bank holds rates for the second time. Major headlines. International coach has corroborated with wrestlers' allegation. I spoke about this even yesterday. There are people now corroborating with the wrestlers' allegation, sexual harassment allegations against Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. Now the thing is, the father of the minor seems to be changing his his statements every day. I think it's an odd and even. Odd days he says I will fight, even days he says no, we have erred, we are pulling back our statements. I'm and my team is following up with this story. My team is trying to reach the father. I'll be back with you on this particular story very soon. But this is what the headline says. The headline says that international coach has corroborated with the complainant, with the sexual harassment complainants allegations. So that's that. And 350 booked in Kolhapur stir in Maharashtra. So that's most importantly, 100 million plus in India now diabetic. 100 million plus. It's a 44% growth in 4 years. 100 million plus. Please be careful. Diabetes. I have diabetes, so I know what it means. Be careful with this particular disease. Take every step to ensure that you keep it in control, that your diet is in control, and so on and so forth. State governments, central governments needs to take enough steps to ensure that this disease is kept under control. Till I see you for my next national headlines. Namaskar.